Hello everyone, Joe Morton here for this edition of Positive In, a YouTube channel dedicated to just sending out positive vibes. Positive vibes all around the world. The idea is to go person to person, try to make a difference in a small way. So today I want to talk about this book right here, or at least an element of it, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. An incredible book written in 1997, a great book. Well, it's called A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom. He's sold over 5 million copies of this book. It's incredible. I recommend you get a copy of it. Life-changing. And in this, he talks about 4 agreements that we can follow our lives by, that will make such an impact to take us to where we need to be, where we're meant to be in life. And I think about, what I want to talk about is this. His first agreement is be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. Now there's a lot to do with this, but one thing that he weaves throughout the book and continues to weave is speaking kind words. And he talks about it, how we tend to go the opposite way, where we cast spells on one another, for good or for bad. And it's like a little bit like black magic, he says. It's an interesting way. It was very visual for me to be able to understand what he's trying to say here. And I think about this in Ephesians 4:29. What does it say? Let no unwholesome word proceed from your mouth. Such a powerful, powerful set of words. Don't let any unwholesome word proceed from your mouth. And I think about this, be impeccable with your word, starting with ourselves, but with others. Now, I think about this, as I was reading this particular segment, I was thinking of the saying, if you don't have anything good to say at all, what's the rest of it? Don't say anything at all. We've all uttered these words. We've heard it many, many, many times in our lives, but how often do we actually follow it? Okay? So I want to talk about 3 points today of what we can do to help speak kind words on a daily basis and make a difference. Number 1, speak kind words to yourself. Start the day off right. Don't have negative self-speak. I've talked about this before. But when you put it in this context of spells, casting spells on one another, we're casting spells on ourselves, really. How can you, think about it, how can we possibly have a good day if we're casting a spell of negativity on ourselves by saying, you're not good enough, waking up in the morning and reminding yourself for whatever reason that you don't feel like you're good looking enough, you don't feel like you're successful enough in life, that you're not a good enough husband or a good enough father, speaking as a male, or mother or wife, or whatever it may be, not a good enough employee, not a good enough insert here. How can your day go well? Speak kind words to yourself. Be impeccable with your word, starting with yourself. Number 2, speak kind words to others. Naturally, obviously. Start with your family members. Do we want to pass on this little spell of negativity on them for the day by yelling at them for whatever reason? Saying something negative about them? Oh, your hair looks horrible. It's going to be kind of a rough day for that kid walking out the door thinking his hair looks horrible, or that he's overweight, or she's overweight, or that you don't like their clothes. I don't know, whatever it may be. I'm just like making stuff up here, but you know what I'm saying. We're casting spells for good or for bad. Try to speak kind words. Wholesome, like that scripture says from Ephesians. Wholesome words coming out of our mouths. Watch what happens. The third one, don't gossip. No good comes from gossiping. In the book, Don Miguel says, and I quote, gossip is black magic at its very worst because it is pure poison. He talks about it as an emotional poison. So this is a bit like number 2, but really it's speaking unkind words about someone who's not even in their presence. You're not even in their presence. No good comes from gossip. It doesn't make us feel good. It doesn't make them feel good even though you're not in their presence. And it doesn't make the other person feel good, frankly. So be careful with that. Be impeccable with your word, as he talks about in the 4 agreements. And watch how your day can transform. This is Joe Morton here for this edition of Positive In, talking about being impeccable with your word, speak kind words. Make it a great day. Thank you.